the blocks, out of the blocks, 8 to 11.85s. What a cool start. Here we are. You sort of go from a practice mode, then all of a sudden you've got to switch on your race mode, and then we'll go back to a practice mode. So here it is, 8 to 11.85cc. They had a very good practice. Now what are they going to do for racing as we rock into the shape here at the moment? So this is the Stratford New World 8 to 11.85cc. Shout out to Stratford New World. Lovely to have joined the crew last night. Big shout out for the food and catering. Thanks guys, and the birthday cake for Dion was just superb. Thanks Dion for sharing your birthday with us. It was a magic night, and quality catering from New World Stratford. We stopped there on the way here to the beautiful Naki for our grocery supplies, and certainly a man or two are Ryan, for example, and doing grocery supplies for the likes of Woodville Motocross, where they've got to feed hundreds of volunteers, is through Stratford New World as well. So you can take an opportunity to check it out. After all, it's online in this day and age, and transport's easy to arrange, and people passing through and picking up goodies. So hey, think about a supermarket that is supporting motocross, because I tell you what, you won't find many of them around. That's why we call them the fastest supermarket in the world. We love Stratford New World Racing, and hopefully you can get behind them as well. 8 to 11 years 85, and out for the hot shot lap at the moment. Right, 8 to 11 years class. Harry Daly, Adam Tafetu and Connor Kerr were our hot shots before Levi McMaster in there. Hit a Jager Townley, so good effort. Of course, Levi had a fantastic run yesterday, and unfortunately one of the races was stopped with a injury here just early on into the second lap. So when the race was rerun, he didn't get the quality result that he was after, so he would have been gutted from that. So let's hope he can make up something. One of our top most winning mini riders, so and having his debut big time junior year. Here we are, 73 and flying through there. Harry Daly, the Hastings man on the Hustle Surf and Motor Off-Road Cycle Works, Bay Motorcycles, Daily Farming, supported KTM SX85. But here and ready to go again, so it is all on at the moment as we look out for our front runners. Still see that we've got our rider down from the previous lap. This yellow flag has been waved and waved and waved, and one of our riders really struggling there, and it's one of the situations that is very handy. Is that our number? I'm not quite sure what that number is, and the rider's finding that as a real struggle, pushing their bike off the circuit. So can't get away with so my apologies, can't confirm that number on the bike. When we catch the riders on this next lap, we might get an idea of maybe who's missing. Well, and just when you get one rider cleared up, then another one comes around and drops it, so the yellow flag gets to wave continuously. The point here just prior to that Aon corner. Right, looking out. Here we are, maybe a change. No, there it is, 73, confirmation, 73 there, on fire and out in front. Good work, as we check them out this time. So it is the number 73 of Harry Daly. Harry picks up the race pace. He's got the best of it at the moment, so it's all on for Harry in this New World Stratford sponsored race. So Harry Daly to pick it up from Jager Townley. Levi McMaster moving into third place ahead of Case Shuttleworth, go to Tyne and Morrow, Connor Kerr. Noah Hancock Gray from Jax Hunter up into 8th place. Great debut for Jax this year, fresh out of New Zealand Mini Motocross in July. Here we are with New Zealand Juniors on the Nutrition Systems Team City Honda supported bike. So good work for Jax. You know, a debut year for the kids, pretty awesome. 323 is race number out of the P North capital, courtesy of C4 Energy, Robbo's MX Coaching. Shout out to Robbo and the work that he's done with many of the riders, and I see his track walk this morning, great idea there, along with Misfit Productions, Nutrition Systems, Sprint Fit Mum and Dad, of course. So well done to Jax on board. Down in the program is the CRF 150 actually changing to the 85 two-stroke for this event as well. So that's since the entries have closed, so still shows with his older bike. Right, Harry, Jager, Levi, your hotshots ahead of Case, Tyne and Connor. Noah, we're talking about Jackson, Connor Feather along with Levi Rogers for a top 10. So Levi doing a double class between the 85/65. But the difference for Levi is he's doing this class on his 65 bike. So you've got Jager, and he's got the two different bikes to be double class in between. But for Levi, riding in this class, but doing it on an on the 65cc bike. That, of course, is quite legitimate to be riding on the small bike. And before we actually fully recognised 65s as a junior class, we had many riders. And I go back all the way to one of my old favourites, Aaron Wiltshire. Aaron proved to be a very successful rider, going all the way through the senior ranks into MX2. And Aaron was a small kid for his age, so he was on a 65 for a lot of his 85 capacity racing, but still on the 65 because of the size of the bike that suited what he was doing. So just one example, and there's been plenty of others along the way. So of those riding on a 65 up and amongst the 85 competition. All right, the flying good start out there from the rest of those fields. Playing a good part of it. Cooper Clemmer in there at the moment on the 53 on the Roxworks supported bike is out and amongst them, so good work there. As we look back to Taranaki Concrete Recycling and Honda Hub as well, out there on the KTM S685, Cooper Clemmer, and of course at Taranaki Concrete Recycling, just love the work that they've done in building up our road network through the mini track area. And if you have a look at that, you think, wow, how good is this for a road base? And of course, recycled concrete. Had the privilege of seeing it for the first time way back in 2004, courtesy of Church Construction and Josh's extended family of the time, and to seeing, because of course they didn't have the resources in the UK to mine fresh gravel out of rivers and other areas like we have in New Zealand with an abundance of it, and to see the fact that just how valuable recycled concrete was so great, and pleased to see now that it's just more than landfill. That's all that really broken down concrete went to. It's just to landfill, virtually a waste of the resource, where actually when it's re-aggregated and broken down, it makes a very good driveway and road base. And I'm sure Locke Katai could take a note of the thing and maybe able to fix a few of our pothole problems with it as well. Good morning and a shout out to our Aon team back with us once again, of course. Insurance for your motorcycle with Aon Prestige on 0800 266 276. Insurance that's right for you. At Aon, it's all about doing what's right for you as your broker. It's our role to act on your behalf. This means providing the right insurance to keep your motorcycle covered, and as an advocate of what you should or need to make a claim. Check it all about online. And more details as well by free calling 0800 266 276. The other cool thing for me personally about Aon is that it's available in many places, like 70 branches nationwide. You know, places like Kirikiri in the north, for example, not just your super cities or bigger places, but going to the heart and soul of New Zealand. So check it out. Aon is a proud sponsor and preferred insurer broker for Motorcycle New Zealand. Provide Motorcycling New Zealand with our Aon Prestige insurance for motorcycle. A portion of every policy arranged by Aon is given back to Motorcycling New Zealand. So register as well to make sure that you're telling them that you are an MNZ member, and get all your credits online. We love them, you will as well. Aon Insurance. Insurance for your motorcycle. Check it out, Aon Prestige. Also point out that you've got a competition bike, so you're looking to make sure you've got it covered for transport as well. Of course, you're not riding them on the road like a road motorcycle is, but you're transporting them on the road, so you want them covered for that as well. 40 odd years ago, Wellington family, the Turvey family, lost a couple of bikes off a trailer in a crash that they had, and at the time it was talked about, and realising that hey, you've got to have cover for your motorcycles, because it was well, they weren't stolen, they weren't burnt. For the conventional insurance didn't cover that kind of scenario. So make sure you talk about it and having a competition bike, and Aon have got that part covered for you. So just explain to them that you want it as well. It's not just a matter of being stolen out of your trailer, it's the fact that should your trailer burn, yeah, Brendan Locke, oh sorry, I didn't mention any names, make sure that you've got it covered there as well while being transported. Right, back to our New World Stratford Racing, and picking up the pace as we're going on. Lynx Austin, Nate Morgan, Caleb Samuel. Shout out to the Samuel family. Great to see them following in the footsteps of long before them. And the great Samuel's name as well. Back to Harry Jager, Case and Levi on here. Noah Hancock, man, I mean, this one from Noah is just fantastic. The 108, Noah Hancock, great. The Opanaki man on the Action Moto. Mum and Dad supported KX85. Got to be one of the more faster flying and more dominant Kawasaki riders as well. So good on you, Noah, and right up there to forward. Good for him to be, of course, on his home track here in the Naki. And we'll be back here, of course, for the King of the Mountain, and that is the third weekend of January. So effectively the following weekend, the end of January, is Woodville, so puts a good back-to-back moto, and it'll be another popular event. It'll cover junior and senior over the 2 days. It'll be women's classes, so all the usuals to have in junior, and hopefully by then, of course, they've rebuilt their mini track as well. I would understand that to be the case for the club. So New World Stratford Racing. Time now to just gone 10:30, and the white flag out at the moment. Harry Daly, the man turning all the heads here today with Jagger Townley and Case Shuttleworth, going to Levi Noah. Out there as well to Connor Kerr on the number 36, the man from Silverdale on the P1 Moto, Mr. Motorcycles, KDM 85. There he goes, 73 to do it again. He won it yesterday. First ever win in national competition for Harry. The man turning all the heads, coming out of nowhere in New Zealand Junior Motocross, proving there was no one race wonder yesterday. And he goes on for a great result. Takes the 101 of Jagger Townley for a superb second place on that Method Moto Yamaha, Yamalude, Fox Complete Motorcycles, Mitchell and Dr. Trim Workshop Graphics, Alpine Stars, Altherm JCR Blue Crew into second place, ahead of Case Shuttleworth, the number 47, who gets the third spot out there. The man from Motueka on the Nielsen Motorcycles, Adam Lithgow Moto Tech Dyno Works, Lickland Motueka, Mum and Dad supported KDM SX 85. So good work, Case. Of course, he's been a long time polished mini rider, former NZ top place getter, and now doing it in junior motocross as well. So Case, Levi McMaster, Tynan Murray, Noah Hancock Gray, Connor Kerr. Jax Hunter got up to the 8th, Connor Feather for the 9th, and 10th to Levi Rogers on that impressive 65. A 65 rider in the top 10 when you're battling out there and amongst the big world with the 85s is a very creditable effort indeed, so well done. There's Ricky Bunsen all the way from Oamaru on the unforeseen Earthworks Mechanical Seals Winslow, Anvil Engineering Drummond and Etheridge and Rural Co. Welcome from the North Canterbury town of Oamaru, a beautiful part of New Zealand. Have the privilege of driving down through there as we make the trip for the likes of the mighty Burt and other Mosgiel events. So plenty of times through Mosgiel, always like to stop at the Z server there in Everfield. Seems to be one of those things I can take my tank of gas from Oamaru to the Picton Ferry. So Oamaru a prominent place to stop on our tours. One of those, of course, the home of the limestone buildings as well down there, which is absolutely beautiful. In fact, the local cheese is called Whitestone for that reason, and some of the buildings are unbelievable. Some beautiful architecture of times gone by, you know, places standing for 100 years and still looking like they're a palace today. Beautiful part of New Zealand. We love the country, and Oamaru part of that unique flavour that we have. So, all right, bringing it on with our Stratford New World Racing 8 to 11 years.